What's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are doing well. Let's get started. This is day number five of building the AI Copilot. Let me make sure that we are live and let me make sure that we have the audio working correctly. We're going to be building this for about an hour as usually. We got an hour dedicated to build this in public. We'll go over how far we've come so far and we'll see what some other plans that we have for this. So let me just double check that we make sure that I have my audio so we don't make the same mistake. Mid one, so see. Hello, hello. Okay. Looks like we're good to go here. We got our coffee. Good morning, everybody. I hope you guys are doing well. So another thing I want to make sure I don't miss is I always forget to switch between Cursor and Firefox. Also, let's go ahead and decrease my camera size here. Doesn't need to be this big. And let's start with Cursor and I'll kind of show you guys what is going on. So I'll just jump straight in. So I did work on this overnight and I kind of explain where we're at right now, but let me just jump right in so I can kind of get some workflow started. So we have a PR open that closes issue number 87. Let me just take a quick look. I know we're still in Cursor. Issue number 87 is just a little bit of front end stuff, and it looks like this PR is done churning. So we will be able to close it out, but we do have one additional issue. So let me just go back here to Firefox, and let's go to our PRs, and we got the PR right here. Here's our open PR. I think we could just merge this. It's a single PR, and it's just fixing some layout shift issues. So let's just get this merged up. Okay, and let's update Cursor, make sure that we tell it that we merged everything. Again, I need to make sure I don't forget to switch between the two windows. So here's where we are in Cursor, and let me see. We merged the PR. Okay, I'm gonna try to use voice more for you guys. So we merged the PR and deleted the branch. Please do the same on local, git pull origin main so you're in sync with latest, restart production, and the front end. All right, they're cooking. I mean, yes, maybe it's a little bit faster to do this than to type. Okay, I'm just so used to typing, but we'll be doing vibe coding here. So anyway, we're just syncing up to main because we just merged the PR. We still have an open issue. While we're doing this, let's go back to GitHub. I'm gonna try to be good this time without making sure I'm on the correct window. We still have one more issue that I opened. Now, overnight, let me just get started on this PR, and I'll tell you guys where we're at right now. So this is a small little update. Okay, the thing is, when we're doing scouting, it stops at cool. So the way it works, we have candidate. Like I mentioned before, somebody on X commented on this. We have buckets systems. So the first bucket is going to be the candidates. We're doing some searches. We fill up the first bucket with some candidates, 5 out of 5, as you can see here. Once we get the 5 out of 5, then we're going to be doing the qualification. So we're only qualifying 5 threads, which seems a little bit not great. So I'm thinking, why don't we up the candidate bucket to 20, and then for the cool threads bucket, so it's like a second bucket, we'll have it do a minimum of 5, I guess. Well, let me think about this, because the bucketing approach, it does work, but it's not always going to guarantee that you get a cool thread, especially when you only have 5 candidates. So going back to this issue, I'm going to be clicking a lot of random stuff. So going back to the main issue, we have the candidates. It's suggesting to stop rule. Collector stops when a bucket of 5 yields at least 1 cool. It does not keep going to the cool target 20 or whatever. Hard filters before triage. Each search get page is cut by dedupe/lifetime interacting with others. Blah blah blah. So recency queries with some recency triage. It does not really. So the smell is mostly pipeline aggressiveness plus early stop, not search return nothing. Okay. So let's just address this issue here. I just want to address this and get it out of the way, and we kind of get back. So let's go to Cursor. We did merge the PR. We're gonna go to plan mode, and please make a plan to address this issue. We want to increase the candidates bucket. Okay, I guess I could just speak it, I guess, but I prefer. Let me just see if I can do this. We want to increase the candidates bucket from 5 to 20, and the cool threads should fill up to 5, not 1. So if we run through a bucket of 20 threads and don't find enough cool threads, it should fill up the initial bucket once again, so we can try and qualify additional cool threads. Make a plan to address this issue with a follow-up here. I mean, yes, should have typed this out maybe, but that's okay. So we got the new PR merged. So we just merged the PR and restarted everything so we could test this, but what we did was just fixed a little bit of layout issues. So let's go back and go to our GitHub. So it's gonna take care of this. We did merge this PR. So let's look at some of the closed PRs that we had, just so I can go over what I've done overnight. So this is yesterday. We kind of stopped at grabbing the OP contacts. So when we were doing triage and it's finding cool threads, the problem is sometimes it's a reply to an engagement bait. So we just wanted to improve it a little bit, so it's a little bit more aggressive for the pipeline. I'm fine with aggressive. If it just takes more aggressive, we'll just, like we're doing it right now, we're going to increase the number of candidates we're collecting. Instead of 5, it's going to be 20. And besides that, it was just a little bit of front end stuff. And one cool thing is require a reply URL. We're still working through a proper okay, it's restarting the Vite server, I believe, because it is actually making some changes right now. Or maybe not. Let me just start off this PR, and yes, this server needs a restart because it seems like it's not doing great right now. So is it actually running it? Yeah, but I'd prefer to just run this myself. Looks like there's just some connection issues. Sometimes if I stream, because this is running on a server, there's going to be some connection issues, so we're going to try our best here. Yeah, it looks like it's having a little bit of connection. It will resolve in just a little bit. Yeah, there it is. Sometimes it just lags out a little bit. So anyway, we're going to start up our own server, the Vite server. We can just restart production. This runs with PM2 Manager. And for the Vite server, where is it? Do we have npm run dev here? I'm not sure. Yeah, we do. Okay, so this is just like this. npm run dev for the front end. PM2 Manager restart for the back end. And this one, yeah, just small connection issues. We're back now. And we should try doing a scout now. So let me switch back to here, and let's do a fresh scout. And as you can see here, so it's going to be doing the search through DeepSeek. It's going to identify the query it should search for, and it's going to do the search, and it's going to qualify them. So it's still searching, planning more search queries. See, so we're still, it looks like after some filters, it got the candidates. Still only 5. So the next PR, we're going to increase this to 20, so we can really fill it out. Okay, this looks a little bit better. Even though we only got 1 thread, it seems like it's a good thread. 42 minutes ago, but someone knew, okay, this seems promising. So community engagement, low substance. I'm not sure what low substance, but on agenda. OP is a genuine building in public post. Let's see. Open on X. Let's see what this is. So, OpenClaw. Deploy your own AI agent, Claw Up AI. Isn't that just OpenClaw? So anyway, this still seems like it's promoting a product. Oh my goodness. I can't, man. I mean, I don't know what it is. Is this really promoting something? At the OpenClaw Summit Builder Bootcamp Mentor Workshop. It's always about promoting something. You're either promoting a product, or you're promoting a meetup, or you're promoting something. And then, no, this just... But the OP did say this is low substance. Let me put it this way. It did say low substance, which is true, but on agenda. Why is it on agenda? Because we are trying to interact with builders. Love this. Building in public is a skill, not just posting a great playbook. So a couple of things we did add. So if we do end up interacting with this, we would click Mark Interacted. We're going to fix this layout a little bit. So you just put your URL that you replied, and you're also going to put the actual text that you replied. Now, this can be actually done automatically. We could scrape this automatically. So in the future, you probably won't need to actually put in anything. But for now, we just want to get the happy path going first. So it is a requirement to add this. But the other thing is we can also say not interested. And this is all part of our bigger picture for memory. So we can say we're not interested. Why are we not interested in this? Because it still doesn't express any opinions. It doesn't give us anything to grab onto. This is someone promoting the product and someone just being a yes man. So that's kind of like the hard truth. I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but the OP is just promoting a product / event, and the response is just a generic yes yes man response. We need to get more posts with actual substance. Yeah, it is we're still fine-tuning everything, but as you can see, so the idea is we have a couple of tabs as well here. We have not interested, and I've just cleared all the memory. And yes, the layout is a little bit weird, but that's not the point. The point is that it's going to store every interaction you like or you don't like. So in this case, we don't like this. It's going to store this in memory. So next time it finds something similar, we have not integrated this yet, but it's going to use a vector memory search. Based on some keywords, it's going to find similar memories and figure out, okay, wait a second. From this user or from this type of comment, our user did not like this for this reason, so we're not going to qualify it. This is just one cool thing. So it does seem to work decent, but we are now waiting on this PR. Let's see if it's open yet for this issue. Yes, it is open, and it is churning, as you can see. With we're having Vortex doing the review for it right now. It's pretty small diff, 100 lines. It shouldn't be anything crazy. Meanwhile, let's go ahead and keep using our tool again. And this is called dog fooding your tool, if you guys don't know, where you just use the tools that you build. And I think that's the best way to grow and to improve, because if you're your own power user, if you're your own tool's power user, you have a huge advantage. You're able to see the product from a different angle. You're able to iterate and actually use it and make features that are useful. And also, it helps you improve your own workflow. So I'm just ordering a little bit of food here, so we have it on the way. Okay. Oh, wait. Let me see. 1 second. Forgot something. That's okay. All right, guys. So we're gonna get back. It's still qualifying here. It looks like the candidate stuff did work. Okay. So we got. So as you can see here, it's now gonna be searching for 20 candidates. Now remember, searching is technically free. You're using a session cookie from X, and you're just doing normal requests without an API key. So it seems that for search queries, I'm gonna investigate this a little further. I'm actually interested to see what is it actually searching for. Because see, as you can see here, it seems like it's kind of stuck at 17. So that is another issue I'm seeing. But it's a natural evolution of our pipeline. So at least we are getting more. But obviously, as you can see, we're a little bit stuck here. So I'm curious to see at the actual search queries. Maybe we need to make them shorter or more generic. So we'll figure this out. Meanwhile, the PR is churning. And I think this is a good opportunity to just ask Cursor to see what's going on. So I'm going to take a screenshot. And I could just check the logs. Actually, it's not even, doesn't seem like it's actually building this at all. So we're going to have to restart this. Let's try again. Usually I restart this whole window. If it lags out like this, it's a common thing. If this ends up starting, we're good, but if not, I might have to restart. Okay, we're good. Sometimes it just lags out, like we had a little bit of a bad connection. So it shouldn't be too long to build this. It should build it pretty fast. Cool, 0-20, stop, exhausted, shipping AI Scout, 0 cool thread, supply exhausted. Interesting. So yeah, we are struggling a little bit with the initial search queries. So we need to definitely handle this first. We do have the PR open already. Very nice. So now let's go ahead and just investigate this issue here. Yeah, I'm just a little bit confused why it exhausted at 17 out of 20 results, because we should have more than enough threads to qualify. It seems like it might be a little bit aggressive. So yeah, today we're mostly focusing on fine-tuning the pipeline. And this is again kind of like a lead generation pipeline. That's the way I like to think about it. We have the first level where we qualify users, and then we have the first level where we scrape candidates, and then we have the second level where we qualify them. So let me see what we got going on here. I'm just waiting for a cursor to give me a report, and meanwhile, we have that PR open. Right, it's already checked out, but I think Vortex just hasn't picked it up. Oh, Vortex already checked off on it. Wow, that was pretty fast. 3-minute review. Check it. Yeah, so we did actually upgrade Vortex to be a lot faster because we introduced multiple lanes. We have 2 instances, and we can even go for 3 instances if we need, but this is pretty fast. So yeah, it cleared up on this, and we're just going to merge this and delete the branch. Let's go back to cursor, and we're going to merge this in cursor after it's done doing the report. So let's just plan this out. And deleted the branch. Do the same on local. Git pull origin main. TR in sync with latest. Start production so I can test. Okay, so we're gonna restart just to get synced up. And what about the report it gave it? It said I didn't fail at cool. It didn't fail at cool scoring. It never finished filling the candidate bucket. Right, that's exactly what I'm thinking. But why? Replan once, planning more search queries. Okay, then 48 search plus filter cycles stuck at 17 with no further ads. See, this does not look good. Hit max search call. Stop. Exhaustive clutter. No triage steps. So DeepSeek never scored anything this run. Yeah, because we never hit our candidate limit. So queries are too narrow for within time 6 hours. Live Pro. Okay, let's do within time maybe 10 hours or 12 hours. Let's just ask for its opinion here. Really, because 6 hours, okay, it might be a little bit too much, but regardless, man, but I think we should have more than enough threads. Okay, in regards to this, do you think maybe we can do since time 12 hours? Okay, I accidentally messaged this, but one thing at a time. So we could just change this to since time 12 hours, because even threads that are like a couple hours ago, I would still consider them pretty relevant as long as they're less than 24 hours old. Sometimes threads never even reach their full potential until it's been like 24 hours. So cool threads is 20. Okay, let me see. Practical retry lower. No, I don't want to lower cool target. Yes, within time 12 hours accessible next level. It doubles the latest window without going open-ended. And should okay, but what about the search queries? What about the search queries? Why are they so narrow? Maybe if we need to also look into more general slash trending search queries. And I'm so sad about no more hashtags. I guess people don't really use hashtags anymore in X. Yeah. I mean, with hashtags, it just makes it super easy and super nice to like search. You can just search hashtags. But I guess these days you have to actually search like queries. Now, we could also clone the X algorithm, guys. This is the next thing. I don't see why we would not do that. We're definitely going to clone the X algo since it's open source and kind of look into that. But for now, we don't really need it. We're still trying to figure out the search. So, query quality is the bigger lever than 12 hours. Yes, of course. So maybe we should even focus on query quality rather than lowering our overall quality, but because we don't find enough at 6 hours, so we're going to go for older threads. I don't necessarily want it. The perfect thread is still going to be one that's only an hour or so old. So I think this is correct. Query quality is the biggest lever. Lever or lever? Lever. Scout doesn't use X trending. DeepSeek turns your agenda into 2 to 4 latest keyword strings. Your agenda was already specific, shipping AI tools in public, and the model echoes that phrasing almost verbatim. Shipping AI tools in public. Yeah, this is the main issue. So what more general should mean here? Not viral slash trending charts, higher recall latest keywords. Is you building in public AI, shipped my AI builder something? Yes, that makes sense. Right. This does make sense. Plan and prompt examples. Force short 2 to 4 word queries. Ban copying the full agenda. Yep. Replan with yield signal. Previous queries return almost nothing, so stuck. I understand. So we need some sort of query analysis, so we don't keep throwing the same old queries. I guess if that makes sense. But to make it one step at a time. So this is the right idea. This does feel like the right idea. Let's raise, oh my goodness, bro. Typing the wrong keys, bro. Let's raise an issue to make the search queries more general and shorter. And just for now, do not touch the since time for now. It's an easy plan for a single focused follow-up PR, so our search queries can be more unique. So just for now, this is just all we're gonna do for now. But this does lead us to another cool thing where now this can be per user. So if you run this yourself and with your own agenda, it's gonna be something different. This one where we take queries and we need to let the model understand previous queries, how many results it got, whether a query is good or not, something like this. We need some sort of small layer for this so it can actually get the right queries. For now, we're just gonna see an experiment with, I mean, this is technically adding query recall already. Let me see. What does this plan suggest? Queries are 2401. Do not copy the full agenda. Query replan with yield. Okay, replan with yield signal when stuck under bucket. I see. Okay, we're just gonna let it ride it out. We're gonna let it vibe it out. We're gonna let this one just vibe this PR out. So we do have some replan yield scout collect. When we're calling, maybe replan pass yield node if bucket the link stalled. Yeah, this kind of is a small step in the right direction, but we're not touching the since time. We're not doing any crazy UI yet, and we're not really touching dedupe or article drop. We're just trying to work on the first funnel with the queries so that we get better search queries and get more results in the candidates bucket so that we can properly evaluate a good amount of threads that are not, so our pipeline can move forward. So let's look at our PRs. We don't have anything open. We do have that one issue raised, and we are going to open a PR now via cursor. Okay. So I'm just gonna, this should not take very long. This should be pretty quick, and we'll let cursor finish this up, and we can already kind of move on to the next issue. I guess while this is just gonna churn through, let's go back to our actual product here. We restarted. We don't really need to restart it. It's blinding. All right. Okay, here we go. So let's try this again. Again, it did kind of say something about agenda, but listen, I don't want to really mess too much with the agenda. I think we should still focus mostly on the pipeline because the agenda is going to be very different, depends on what you do, and we should really be able to handle this regardless of what kind of agenda users give it. My biggest thing is just these little layout shifts. It looks like we stabilized this box, and sometimes it's a little bit cuts off here. The now, for example, we need to make this smaller. So it's a very small adjustments here. But looks like the candidates, it's still struggling. So I'm not sure if we should even bother right now because it's just going to struggle firing off the same queries that don't get enough results. So we're just not going to bother for it. But now we'll let Cursor, we're gonna let Cursor finish up the PR. Speaking of that, did it finish up the PR already? Not yet. It should open it soon. So let's just go back to Cursor, and I wanted to also actually, meanwhile, for Mergestorm, we're still not quite ready. We're getting there. We got the new setup with the new PRs set up for the PR stacks, but we're just not ready to use it just yet. So the PR is live now, as you can see. All right. How's the diff looking? Let me see, which page am I on here? How's the diff looking? About 250 lines, so nothing crazy. 4 files changed. Okay. Vortex should review this with no issues. And so this seems like it makes sense to just kind of hop on the next, or at least deal with some other part. So this little thing bothers me because it's not perfectly centered. But I'm not going to waste time on stream. I can do this off stream. Let me try to think of something else that's maybe we should implement. Now, we do have a knowledge. Let me go back to Cursor again. I know I keep switching. Let me go back to Cursor. We do have like the knowledge graph. So here's a cursor, the knowledge. We do have dismissals and interactions that get stored as a knowledge graph, and then later on we will implement Obsidian. So this is dismissal and why we dismissed it. But the thing is, already looking at this, I'm seeing a couple of issues. So it only gives you the type, the URL, the author key dismissed at, the thread, and the reason. It does not, I feel like one of the core things it should have, whether it's dismissal or interaction, is we need to make sure that we actually include the raw text of the user and our reply. So we do have our reply, but we still are missing one. There's one gap here where we are not actually including the user's real text. So this is a nice issue we can raise, and it's relatively separate from our whole pipeline. So this is a good opportunity. Let's go ahead and do this now. I guess I could just tell Cursor to do this. Are we in Cursor? Yeah. So this one is, okay, I want you to raise another issue. This time, there is a meaningful gap in our knowledge graph, specifically for dismissals and interactions. Yes, we are storing the user's raw text reply for interactions, and for dismissal, we are storing the user's reason, but we are not storing the actual threads or the user we are replying to. We're not storing his content or what he actually posted. We're not doing that in interactions, and we're also not doing this in dismissals. I think that's critical. We need to also include the raw text of the user of the thread we are replying to, because that's already available through our pipeline, and it only makes sense to add that to both dismissals and interactions and any future type of memories we might end up saving. So please go ahead and raise a proper issue for this and scope it out either as a single PR or a PR stack. Okay, that was a lot less painful than typing it out and speaking 10 times slower. I'll give it that, but I gotta get used to it a little bit more. Imagine doing this in a coffee shop. Everybody's gonna be looking at you like, man, this guy out here talking nonsense. Or this guy's out here trying to sound smart. You know what I mean? I know, do you guys see that video? There was this guy, this viral thing. The guy had a mask like this, almost like a gas mask. But it kind of goes over his mouth so he can still talk. And it just has like a mic thing. So he can still vibe code and talk, but nobody else can hear them, supposedly. I found that's pretty funny. All right, guys. We're getting there. We're getting there. I'm just showing you guys again. Hope you guys learned something from this, even if you don't care too much about X-Copilot. At least just some good workflows. I see a lot of you guys just vibe coding and refuse to do proper GitHub workflows, but having proper Git workflows is not really just for yourself. I mean, I personally don't care if it's GitHub or just on local. To me, it does not matter, besides backups, right? But if you have a proper pipeline, if you really want good quality code, you need a code review agentic pipeline. And GitHub just is the natural evolution if you want a proper code review pipeline. All right, guys, we got the issue now. Let me look at how we are doing for our PR that is open. It looks like it's done charting, and Vortex did not find any issues, so we can go ahead and merge this. And we will, I'm going to go ahead and go back to Cursor and ask it. I know this is kind of lame asking Cursor to just sync up to main, but oh, are we back? Yep. I know it's kind of lame to get Cursor to sync up, to ask it for this, but I guess I'll just vibe it out, bro. We merged the PR and deleted the branch. Please do the same on local. Git pull origin main so you stick with latest. And restart production. Nice and easy. Bro, it didn't catch me. We merged the PR and deleted the branch. Do the same on local. Git pull origin main so you're in sync with latest. Restart production. Bro, it's not even typing in. I gotta have to type this out. Damn. Oh, man. Okay, there it is. So the next thing we are going to do is just do this single PR. So we're gonna make a plan. Please make a plan to address this PR in a address this issue in a single follow-up PR. Let's give it the next. So we're just gonna have it sync up, restart production, and then we're gonna. No, why? No. We do not want. Oh, agent mode. Yeah. Sorry, bro. I'm tripping. I did want agent mode. Okay, we just run this command. Okay, let's just stop embarrassing ourselves. Just run this command. It's a little bit slow, but okay. Okay, there it is. It does restart production as well, so that's good. Okay, now we can just go ahead and make a plan to address the issue we opened. This is for the knowledge memories to make sure that we include the user's response that we are responding to. So I think it's very important. Okay, this is the issue here. Are we in cursor? Yes, we are still showing cursor. Issue number 93, knowledge post. I can't believe we're already close to 100 PRs. It's only been a couple of days. We already shipped, what is it, close to 100 PRs. And we only work on this 1 hour a day. Okay, 2 hours a day, let's say, if I'm working on this off stream, but I'm not really doing too much work. I'm just doing some front end polishes. So shipping 1,000 PRs in a month, that's easy work. And it's not even about PRs. It depends on how you ship, right? If you ship big PRs as features, you're gonna have less PRs. If you ship smaller PR stacks, you're gonna have like easily ship 20, 30 PRs a day. If you ship like 4, 5, 6 stacks per day. So the knowledge memory, yes, we have some maximum characters, of course. This is for the OP. For the OP, we're responding. Right. I mean, we just have two different kind of definitions of OP. Yes, OP is technically the thread that we're responding to, but the thread that we're responding to, or the post, can by itself be a response to yet another post. So the OP can have an OP, and we're also technically qualifying that OP as well. Let me see how we're doing it. We have OP author, OP text. Okay. It's just still the same. There is somewhere where we do qualifications of the thread parent, but I think it's a little bit different. We don't really need to worry about this for now. Okay, guys, let me see how far we've gone. Okay. So we should be able to start dog fooding this pretty soon. This PR is just going to take care of some just memory stuff, which is a little bit unrelated to what we're doing. So we don't really care too much about this. Let's just go back and start test this a little bit. So we should be a little bit better. We did restart production and the front end should be picked up. So let's go ahead and run another round here. So remember, this time we did update the querying. We did restart production, so it should get better queries. You can see we are getting a lot better. 10 out of 20. We filled up pretty quick. I like this. This seems a lot better. Now we're going to score the 20 candidates. And remember, this is since time 6 hours ago. So every single thread here should be within the past 6 hours. This is looking a lot better. I like this. Okay, so here we go. This is a lot better. Every single thread is going to be at least 6 hours old, and it's organized by time. So this is perfect 9 minutes ago. We got a couple different scores. Let's look at the lowest score. So again, the lowest is the better. So let's look at this one. I like it. This, actually, I don't like it because this is a long thread of a guy talking to himself. We do not want this. There's no, yes, it's a big issue. So I'm not sure how to even avoid this. We need a proper, so let's do this. Let's take a screenshot and let me go back into Cursor. I like this because this is a different problem, but we're just gonna ask Grok to see what it thinks. So one issue, how can we properly filter long threads of one account just talking to itself? This is an issue, and I do not want to engage or enter threads where it's just one guy posting multiple messages over and over. Help me with a cheap and clean solution. What are my options? Yeah, we want to avoid this. I don't know. I'm not trying to say anything bad about anybody, but oh my God, you guys can't see it. Sorry. Well, now you can see maybe. Yeah, I'm not trying to say anything bad about anybody, but this is too much cognitive load. I'm not trying to read 5, 6, 7 threads. I'm just not. I'm trying to read one message, one reply, something I can interact with, give an opinion on, or help with. Bam, easy. This is not something I want to deal with. Sorry. So we're going to filter this out. Let's go back to Cursor and try to find a way to filter this out. I don't know if we have any filter for self threads. Yeah, you want something quick. I want like a quick punchline, a quick response, something I can interact with. You know what I mean? So we're looking for that. While it gives us, okay, it's already found an answer. So it says you already filter a slice of this via is thread opener, but only n/m plus the word thread. Your screenshot for mid-chain replies mostly misses that, so those cards still get through. Clean/cheap option. Tighten text heuristics. But I don't like heuristics. I want to avoid heuristics altogether because heuristics is just too unstable. Let me tell Cursor. Give me another option. I want to avoid heuristics. They are too unstable. How about we just look at the parent comments of the thread, and if the same parent keeps appearing time after time, if we have a chain of 3 or more parents, children that are from the same account, we should completely discard this. There should be a cheap and inexpensive way to filter out those kind of threads. We don't need heuristics. Well, this is technically heuristics, but we're doing heuristics through looking at who is the parent. So let me go back here. This is just a little bit of way to just filtering this nonsense out, because we look at the parent of this response. If it's the same account, we look at the parent of this response. If it's the same account, and if we hit that 3 times in a row, if you respond to yourself more than 3 times, or honestly more 2 times, we're just gonna filter this out. So I'm a little bit surprised because it did say this was a low, like high engagement thread, but as you can see, the number as well and stuff, yeah, this is kind of wrong. It's okay. Let's see what else we have. Again, we have the same account appearing multiple times. This is also an issue. I thought we added dedupe, but this might be only, this might be only deduping accounts that you've interacted with. So if you've never interacted with an account, it's just going to spam it in the first response. This is another dedupe we want to have. Let's go ahead and raise that issue for this. This is a small issue we can tackle in a single PR. Let me take a screenshot of this. I'll show you. So we'll take a screenshot, and I'm going to say Cursor. Come on, Cursor. Okay, another issue. I would like you to raise another issue. This time, we still don't have dedupe for the candidates, because if we haven't interacted with an account, for example, it's jackdev, then it will show multiple threads from the same account when we run the scout. We want proper, simple, cheap dedupe there as well. Please raise an issue for a single focused PR. So this is going to be a nice little issue. We just want a small little dedupe to get this done. And meanwhile, we need to figure out how to address this filtering out. So we have the chain of 3 plus more of the same account means if the candidate and its parents and the parent's parent are the same author, discard the candidate. Cheap way fits your pipeline. One parent fetch, full 3-hop signal. Candidate is a reply. Hydrate parent author equals self reply. Okay, this is nice. Even cheaper variant. Drop every self reply. Reply to user equals author. Period. One field. Yes, that's it. This is nice. That kills mid-thread 456 and immediately. Yeah, exactly. Nice and easy. Let's do this. I like this. So, okay, now make a plan to raise an issue and create a follow-up PR focused specifically on this. We want a simple, cheap, drop every self reply. If we have a user replying to himself, we are not interested. That's it. I know it might sound harsh, but we're not interested. Let's go plan mode. It's gonna plan and it's gonna open the issue and open the PR at the same time, which makes a lot of sense. It's good for the review agent. Technically, you don't need to do this. I've learned it from someone else to open issues on your PRs because it gives correct contexts for your agents, and also it's just nice workflow because you can just open an issue and okay, tomorrow you can come back and not forget it. Otherwise, you're kind of stuck with having to find some issue and handle it right away. But sometimes you'll be looking through and doing some testing and you find multiple unrelated issues, and it makes sense to just properly open them, file them, and then you can take care of it right away. But if you end up being busy, have to come back a few hours later, the issue is still there, you know where to start from. You always have some record of the issues that your product needs. So are we in? Yes, we're in Cursor. So this one is going to be the self-reply hard drop. We do have another PR churning, I believe. Let me check, make sure. So we do have another PR churning here. We got the raw post. This is the memory stuff. Again, this is a small PR. I'm pretty sure, Vortex just checked off on this. So we're just going to go ahead and merge this and delete the branch. And meanwhile, while it runs this, it's going to start a PR. I'm just going to give it a small little prompt. I'm going to say, we merge this PR, deleted the branch, git pull origin main so you are in sync, restart production, and clear all my memories because we now have a new memory structure and I don't want any stale entries in my knowledge graph. Yep. So we're just telling it to slowly just clear up our memories because we still want to just start fresh because we just made a small update to the memory interaction, the way we save it. So that's about it here. How are we doing? Okay, we're still cooking. We're about 40 minutes in, so maybe 15, 20 more minutes. So we're making some decent progress. Let's see. Okay, so it's going to be doing some debugging here, and I think running some tests. So we'll just let it churn through. Meanwhile, we could just go back and try to dog food our product a little bit. Okay, X-Copilot, what else we got? This is the same account, priority, we kind of took care of this. JSON UI, I want to find a good thread. Again, man. Okay, this is a little bit better. Day 24 and 25 building in public. Today I worked on a hi-fi version for the search results page for both desktop and mobile. Let me see, what is this guy doing? Is this an app or is this a website? This looks like a website. I'll try to support. I'll say nice UI looks clean. Yeah, I'll try to support it. This looks decent. Let's try to follow and support. He's building a public. This seems decent. Like, yes, he is. Look, he is. This is actually a good thing. We're actually gonna mark this. So the thing that I don't mind about this too much is the fact that he is. Let me see here. Is the fact that he's okay. He might be promoting his project, but he's sharing what he's actually building. He's sharing screenshots, not URLs, and this definitely feels like a human, you know. And he's building a public, so this aligns with what we are looking for. So this is again, this is a little bit annoying. Tomorrow, maybe even overnight, I'm gonna fix this and to try and make it as automatic as possible. So maybe all you do is just click mark interacted, and it will fill in those things for you. It should be able to do that. So this is another thing I want to add. Maybe overnight, just a small little thing, but yeah, it looks like it's a little bit better. Let me see this one as well. What about this thread here? Ryan talks 1024, building in public day 59. Okay, but this is a little bit. It's just he uses a screenshot himself. I mean, there's not much to reply with. It's just look at how good I am, etc., etc. Again, we're not. There's not much to go for here, you know. I like the other post because it included something I can work with and respond to. But this one is, you know, not really what we're looking for. So, well, our agent is not able to really understand screenshots yet. We could, but just for the text, yeah, we're not this kind of stuff. There isn't anything concrete to work with or respond to. He just talks about how he built 16 apps. Yeah, I don't know how else to say this, but yeah, at least this is a way for us to. It's not really. Let's see this guy as well. What about this guy? Okay, this is a lot better. See, we got a nice short thread. Imagine sharing code snippets on X post natively. Yes, cool idea. Likewise, I would love to see this in some way, right? Can see so many better for research work and building in public. Yeah, I like this. This is a nice idea with some example and not promoting anything. Code snippets on X. Yeah, I can say with how many vibe coders and devs are on X, this seems like a natural evolution. Yeah, just like this. We're gonna keep support it. It's relatively recent. It's a nice thread. You can jump into it. We're gonna throw follow. You know, throw them both follows. Throw them some likes, and just this is decent. This is nice, organic. I like this. And again, this is a little bit annoying right now. It's actually very annoying. You have to mark as interacted. You have to copy your URL. We're definitely fixing this. I just wanted to get a good happy path going so that I can just start from somewhere instead of trying to worry about this stuff breaking. And yeah, for now we got some good stuff. And again, this Jack Dev, I think we already kind of marked a couple of his not interested, right? No, we didn't yet. Maybe we have. We'll have to figure this out. Expired as well is nice. Expired. We have to figure this. Yeah, if it's expired, it's over 24 hours, I believe. But yeah, this is getting a little bit better. We're just gonna get this dedupe done, so we're not hammering the same accounts. Let's go back to Cursor and see where we're at. Cursor should have finished here. Yep. It cleared my memory, it restarted production, and it opened the issue and the PR. Let's see how the PR is doing, whether it's churning or not. Let me see. The PR, yes, it's still churning. We had Cyclone do a patch. Oh, sorry about that. Cyclone do a patch, and now Vortex is going to do the review. So I think it's been closer to about an hour. We have done a couple of good updates here, nothing too insane. We've just kind of improved the pipeline a tiny bit. Sorry, here's the PR here, so I'll show you guys. It's getting some churn done right now. So we did do a couple of cool updates where we fixed the pipeline a little bit, so you got a better threads now with better timing, better queries. We're continuing to fine-tune the candidates, the selection pool, everything like this. We already started working on the memory part where we're marking it as interacted or marking it as not interested. There's still some friction there that we're going to address, specifically when it comes to the mark interacted and the not interested, whether we want to include a reason or not. And besides that, I think we're looking pretty good. This is getting slightly better, and we're going to continue to improve on this day after day. This is only day 5, and we already have a nice little MVP that's working. Again, this is public. You can run this yourself. Another cool thing is we're thinking of switching up DeepSeek to maybe Gemini just because it's 100% free. So that's another option. Again, thank you guys all so much for stopping by. I guess we could have a couple more minutes left before we go, but this PR should just stop. We're going to finish this PR overnight and maybe add some small memory selections, but I think we'll do most of the big memory stuff on stream tomorrow because we already have some interactions and we have interested, not interested. The final piece of the puzzle is to hook this up so that when we are doing discounting or the qualifying, whichever part of the pipeline we want to inject the memory into, we're going to do this with a local model that we run for vector memory search. And we're going to do that tomorrow. I think we're pretty much there, but I just want to overnight fine-tune a little bit of the dedupe here with the curation. But let's go ahead and run another cycle. So I'll just show you guys again how this works. If you want to run this yourself, you can run this locally. All you need is a DeepSeek API key in order to do the inference for qualification of the threads. Everything else is free. You do not need an X API for this. You just need your X session cookie, which if you look at the first part, I'll show you guys how to get this. It's a very common pattern where you can use the X session cookie to use X and get some information from there without actually needing an API key. Another thing that we are implementing and I need to finish is the actual stats. So we do have stats tracking for each response, but I'm pretty sure that this happens, see, 1 hour pending and 24 hours pending. So we do have stats for this, and this will help us with our memory as well. So since this is already kind of part of the memory, essentially we're going to inject into the memory the stats of each reply 1 hour after and 24 hours after. So if you look at the knowledge graph from Cursor, this is kind of like where the memory lives in the knowledge section here. So here's a dismissal. Here's an interaction memory. Kind of lives like this, but we'll also be able to give it extra fields here for how many likes, how many views it got. This is also going to be useful, and then we'll just find a way to create vector search, because obviously if we have hundreds of interactions and hundreds of dismissals, there's no way we can just inject everything as contacts. We need the model to strategically search the correct interactions and dismissals that match the context it's working in right now. This is going to be the next thing we're working on. So this is probably it, guys. Thank you guys again so much for stopping by, checking out this video and this live stream. I'll make a post on X when we're done. And if you guys again want to check out this X-Copilot to help you grow your X and connect with like-minded people, make sure to check out the GitHub repo below. Thank you all so much for stopping by, and I'll see you guys in the next one.